Welcome back to another segment for Coast to Coast.
Nailed it.
Nailed it first time. Fuck it, we're doing it live. All right. Welcome back. We're on We're on Silent Hill. I keep wanting to say Silent Hill. That's why I'm fucking up my brain. Because I'm pre-scrolling in my brain like a teleprompter, and I'm writing in my brain Silent Hill. I need to put silent, even though the movie's right here in front of me. It's right here. I can see Silent Night, Deadly Night. uh, thanks, Manic Prime and Xander and Isaac for the auto hosts. Appreciate it. Um, and thank you to the two people who are watching live. Hi. And all right. Welcome back to Psychotronic Coast to Coast. We watched Silent Night, Deadly Night. Obviously, part two.
Part two.
Part two. You're correct. Obviously, since you're watching our mega episode, Silent Night, Deadly Night mega episode. Jesus, I'm tongue tied. So yeah, obviously you're watching this with the intent to, or listening to this, I should say, as the final edited form. It'll be one long episode, and we have two different versions of the same thing.
Mine has a bow on it, a Christmas bow.
His does. Mine is the newer one.
But I want to point out the bulb with the gun.
Yeah. What about
That's
it?
That's not the type of gun he uses in the movie.
No, it's not. This is a Colt 1911 model.
He uses a revolver, if you remember.
And he uses probably, I think it's a 38 service pistol. It's from a cop. So
There's another version. I've seen a poster where it's him in a Santa suit, and he's like hiding the axe, and he's holding like that bulb out.
See, that's way cooler. Neither of those things happen, but that's a way more representative of the film. I guess technically either one would be, but.
And then I had my friend draw a parody of that for a Freaky Farley giveaway, because Freaky Farley is the same structure of this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
we'll
Matt Farley holding out. We already did Freaky Farley.
No, we'll get to the how it's similar. I mean.
Oh, but it's the same as that other cover. It said he's holding out that toy he gave to the kid,
right.
And he has the knife behind his back from that movie.
The bonus part about Freaky Farley is there was no first movie, so I didn't have to waste 48 fucking minutes watching the same movie again. Why don't you just take it right through? Excuse me, let me try that again. Why don't you just take us right into this?
Right into it.
It's like, fuck it, man. Otherwise, we're going to talk too much. Let's just go into it, and we can talk with it as we go. Yeah.
You got Ricky, Billy's younger brother.
You remember from the car seat during the rape, murder, necrophilia event of his brother's life?
As well as the last shot of the first movie where he says naughty. He's an adult. He's in
with a new character. And by the way, when they do that shot, they pan at the beginning of the pan. It's the first kid, and halfway through, it's like an obvious cut to another kid. I'm like, why didn't you just pan it from the other kid's shoes? You've got this new kid, just pan it from his shoes up. Just cut when it cuts from the old movie to the new movie. Just cut right to the new shoes and go up. Like, fuck. If you gotta give them new shoes, you give them new shoes. That's the best part about movies. You can retcon this shit. Evil Dead 2 took liberties the first movie with its first 48 minutes, and it did it well, mind you. Anyway.
But we're introduced to adult Ricky. He's in some type of loony bin, I guess it would be. And he's being interviewed by a cop or a doctor or somebody.
I think it's a doctor.
And he starts telling the story, and he starts with what happened in the first movie, with his mom being attacked and his dad being shot. But he was a fucking baby at that point.
Yeah, right.
And of course, this is all shots of the first movie. And it literally goes through the whole movie. It cuts back to him. He cuts back to explaining every kill of his brother as if he was standing there watching. Like instead of a camera, just imagine little Ricky standing there. And that was his view.
Yep. Yeah.
And he goes through the entire movie, which we shouldn't dwell on because we already did that movie. But
And you just listened to us talk about the first movie. So it makes no sense. He is in no way able to know any of the events from the first movie at all, because he's in no part at any part in time is he alone with Billy, and Billy is able to tell him the details of anything that's happened since he left the orphanage and became a killer Santa Claus. So
yeah,
the first 48 minutes of this movie, you can literally just jump past 48 minutes. Just go from there. Just go. Start from the very beginning. Wait until it starts the recap and just jump to 48 minutes and just go. Just save yourself the fucking time.
well, I do like when the guy is like, after he tells about his parents dying, even though he's a baby in the back seat, where he's like, "That was a long time ago. How would you even know that?" And then he just looks at him and goes, "I was there." It's like, what?
Well, and it uses the edited footage too, so it's the edited form of the movie that they're cribbing from. So what's the fucking point? What's the fucking point?
So finally, he's done retelling all of that, and now we get our new footage. And it,
Like, you guys, if you were gonna make this movie, I would have at least tried to sneak the fucking gore back in, and see if it would have got. I'm like, hey, maybe it'll get cast this time. Because you told me, wait, when the producers wanted a second movie, but they just wanted to re-edit the first movie and call it the second movie, right?
that's what they say in the commentary.
Yeah, so they decided to take on on their own to just make the Ricky story up so that there was something for the fucking audience. Thank you, by the way, appreciate that. um, where was I going? I was going somewhere with that. Son of a bitch.
I have no idea.
Where did I start with that?
Editing the first movie to make a sequel.
Yeah, no, the fucking it's lost time and space. It's gone.
Fuck
Gone.
it. Let's go back into the story then.
All right, go back to the story.
Finally, he's telling the story where he's finally adopted, and he liked them. They were good to him. Everything seemed pretty happy, and then he saw some nuns.
Abused.
He saw some nuns and some red, and he started like almost having a seizure. So it almost seemed like the parents were like, "Take him back. He's broken," because they're talking to a nun. And then they're like, "No, he needs us." Then it cuts to him. He's a little older, and the dad died, which he called his stepdad. Which, I mean, I guess they'd all not be step. I mean, they're not his parents, but whatever.
Yeah, didn't Billy and Billy's father died, and that was his stepfather, right? That was.
I mean, he was his adopted parents. You don't call them step, do you?
I guess not. They'd be adoptive, huh?
But he was pretty bummed that
parents, for fuck's sakes, Christ.
Yeah. He was pretty bummed that person was dead. And then it just kind of randomly cuts to, wasn't he just walking through the woods because he likes being alone? He sees the exact shot for shot motion of exactly what happened to his mom, except for the killing part, to a girl in a field. Remember, it's like shirt rip, smack.
Oh, right. So this is, the booze drinking hillbilly guy.
Yeah.
He's like about to rape this chick. She kicks him in the fucking nuts, like rings the mommy daddy button super hard, like whoo, whoo, so hard that he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna not rape you long enough to."
Well, not now. I'm gonna go drink a beer, then come back and finish this.
I gotta take a breather before I finish raping.
But all the shots were exactly. It would cut to, shirt ripping open of her. It'd cut to the shirt ripping open of the mom. He smacks her. It would cut to the shot of the mom being smacked. Which again, he was a baby at this point, so he wouldn't remember any of this shit. Let alone seeing it, because he was in the back seat of the car and
right. Totally unrelated. I think your camera frame is smaller than mine. I'm gonna fix that. I'm working on a revised version of this frame anyway. But sorry, I just distracted.
Can it be VHS tapes around us?
No, it's just
where the label.
I'm using the same figures redistributed differently. Some new ones added in.
Well, we could totally be the labels on a VHS tape.
I could do that. I've already made a skin slip VHS label. I showed you those.
Yeah, but our picture would be the
I could,
label.
yeah, I know. I could modify that. Oh, you want me
Anyways,
you want us to be like it's like the background to be like two VHSs and we're the label of the VHS?
yes.
Oh, okay. I think I can work with that.
But so yeah, he that sets him off. He gets in a Jeep, runs the guy over multiple times, which is hilarious. And then the girl
Oh,
walks
dude,
over.
just got an idea. So it's a special cassette tape, and it's called the Mondo, or it's called a Psychovision tape, and it's got two labels and three reels. It's in 4D. Sorry.
But yeah, he runs that guy over a bunch. It's hilarious.
Oh God,
And then
he drives forward and backwards and forward over and over again. Oh God, so brilliant. I was laughing. Oh, it was so good.
I just like the guy turns around, sees him in the car. He starts it, and the guy just stares down like at the hood of the car and looks at him, and then he gasses it. Like
He
the guy
looks shocked.
didn't.
Like, how's it driving? Like, he's
I
sitting
mean,
in the fucking car right there.
he saw the guy, but he just didn't do anything. He wasn't even like, "Hey, that's my car."
God, I'm
And then the
already having
woman goes,
flashbacks to later in the movie, and I'm like, oh,
yeah,
can't wait
and
to
the
talk about
woman's
that.
like, "Thank you." And then he walks away, and she walks away.
Yep. She walks away, and he. The way it looks like, there's a step where he looks like he's about to walk towards her, and then he turns around and walks away. Like, you're like, oh shit, oh, like it teases just for a split second. It's like you just want Ric Flair to turn face, and he's about to rescue the guy. Oh fuck, he's teasing you. He's actually still a heel. Like, son of a bitch, that son of a bitch, Ric Flair.
And
I
then
relate everything in my life to wrestling. I'm sorry.
and then he talks about he finally got a job, and he sees some loan shark thug guy beating a guy up in the alley. Tells him he's naughty. Throws him one-handed across an alleyway. Lifts him up with one hand.
Oh yeah,
by
this
the
kid has
throat,
super strength somehow.
and then penetrates him. That's probably not the best word.
No, it is not the rest word.
But he penetrates him with an umbrella.
Oh, such a great kill. Man, you know what? If anything, this movie is not good, but it's memorable. Like, I would not want this not in my collection. I would buy this on Blu-ray. I would own this. If it was a double feature of 1 and 2 on Blu-ray, which is the likely way they would give it out, I would own this. I would have no problem having 2 in my collection because the kills were hilarious in this movie. They're all... it does not take itself seriously for a second. Love it. I actually like this more than the first. I'll probably never watch the first movie ever again. There's no reason. You get all the good parts of the first movie in the second movie.
And it starts raining on the umbrella.
Sorry, I got ahead of myself.
And then it zooms in to the doctor, whatever the guy's forehead, and he's sweating like crazy. Because there's nothing in these notes about these kills. Nobody knows about them. And he's kind of freaking out a little bit. And then he wants to know about, I want to say Jennifer?
Sounds about right.
And he's like, eat shit, which makes me laugh every time.
Eat shit, like son of a bitch.
But then he pops out a photo, which is signed like to Ricky, like a headshot.
Yeah,
which they never
so
really
weird.
question like that she's an actress.
It is Jennifer, by the way. Good memory.
And so finally he starts talking about Jennifer, where they literally bumped into each other, which you didn't see because you went somewhere.
Had to go pee.
But
Jesus.
he was backing out of a parking spot on a motorcycle, and she ran into him. He falls over really slowly, like he almost lays the bike down, and then he's got a really grumpy look on her face. And then she comes out, and it's like a shot where it goes up her legs to her mini skirt, and she's laughing, which she should have been like, "Fuck you, you just hit me." But he's like smiles, and then they start dating.
I'd like to point out that Daryl Gulabo plays Ricky at 15. He's Noah in Lego Friends TV series, and he's a whole bunch of characters in Dynasty Warriors, and I just wanted to point that out because he's a very prolific voice actor, a very prolific anime voice actor. Zoid's Genesis, he was a whole bunch of various villains, apparently. Yeah, that's interesting. Probably the
So
most
yeah,
prolific actor that worked on this film, by the way. Everyone else, this is either the only movie, or this one in the first movie are the only movies, or, you know what I mean? Like, or they've done, like, 2 or 3 other movies after this. Like, even the stars. The guy who plays Ricky, he's in 4 fucking things of note. You know? Children of the Corn, Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, Murder Weapon, which we're going to cover at some point, and Ghost Rider, which, for God's sake, somebody please send us a bootleg of that, because it doesn't exist in any other form. And I need a DVD so I could send it to him. Anyway. There's no legal release anywhere, except in Australia. Sorry, I got sidetracked again.
so yes, they're dating. They have sex, and then you cut to a movie theater. There's a guy being annoying. He goes and kills him. Then we're introduced to Chip, the ex-boyfriend of Jennifer, who has another girlfriend, but he's like, I don't give a shit about her. I want you. And then she's like, fuck off. And then he's like, okay, and he just leaves with that girl.
Your simplification is way more entertaining than the actual scenes we watched for those.
Yeah.
Insane.
And then they run into Chip again with his red Mustang. We haven't been pointing out there's red in all the scenes where he's killed people.
Yeah,
and the doctor keeps noting it.
Scene.
So
I do want to also amend that the other most prolific person is Elizabeth Catan, who was in 36 films of note, and of which we'll be watching probably about 10 or 12 of things like Silent Madness and Slave Girls from Beyond Infinity, Savage Dawn, Thunder Run. I mean, like, I don't know any of these, but they sound amazing. I'm adding them to the list. Sorry. All 6 Vice Academy films? Aren't you going to be glad when we get to Vice Academy 6? You look like you're going to kill me. We can continue.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah, I just got distracted. I'm sorry.
You want to talk about other movies instead?
I'm just trying, but it's related to this. I'm sorry. It was an amending statement I said earlier.
You didn't even say who she played in the fucking movie.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me pull up the cast list because I remember her fucking name.
You're saying she's in all these movies, and
it's
like,
Jennifer,
who'd
right?
she play?
Yeah, it's Jennifer. Christ.
Okay. Did she get naked?
Like, oh, Vice Academy 1 through 6, sir.
She was naked in this one, but we didn't see any.
Vice Academy 1 through 6.
Nips.
For
there was no nips. There was just butt.
Slave Girls from Beyond Infinity, there's probably nudity. These are all skin flicks. So, I mean, we're probably going to see, yes. If that's what you're looking for, that's going to happen at some point in the show. Because I want to see all these random fucking movies.
Just about everything but the frontal on her and that.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember that. I checked out at some point. I think I was opening up all these tabs, which is why I'm at this point looking at all these tabs I opened during this point in the movie.
But yes, they run into Chip. He grabs her by the arm, says some shitty things. So Ricky straight up shoves him on the car and electrocutes him with the jumper cable right in his mouth.
He just leans him against the car, and then for like what seems like probably a whole minute, preps the fucking jumper cables, attaches to his tongue, and then goes off and does some shit with his other hand. The guy's like what the slap him away.
He's superhuman strength, remember?
Maybe use your free hand to remove the thing from your tongue. I was like, you deserve to die. You were so fucking slow and pointless.
And Jennifer makes this mistake that the other girl didn't. She did not thank him.
Yep.
She said she hated him, which kind of made me feel like she still likes Chip.
To be fair, he did murder someone right in front of her.
I think she still had the hots for Chip.
It doesn't matter. He still murdered someone right in front of her.
So, of course, she's naughty and gets strangled with the antenna from the car.
That was a really cool kill, too, actually. That was kind of brutal, but, like, that's a realistically, like, brutal one. Like, I was like, whoa. It's like, everything else has been goofy and shit, and I was like, I expected her eyes to pop out or something, you know?
Well, Chip's eyes did explode and blew his glasses off from the electrocution.
That's true. I forgot about that.
Also, I want to step back real quick. The movie
Sure.
theater. He was like, "What's the movie?" And she's
Oh,
like,
that's
"It's
right.
about a guy dressed as killer Santa that kills people." And he's like, "What?" Which was
And then
hilarious.
a scene from the first movie plays.
Yeah, where it's the Santa, the bad guy that kills the parents
Right.
when he robs the store and shoots the people. Like that's supposed to be the movie, but that's from the first movie.
It's based on his brother's life, and then the guys who are talking in the theater are being a lot of obnoxious get murdered because
Yeah.
he's freaking out because he's
See, that
yeah.
almost seemed like he was like he killed them, but he like was like being sneaky about it, like she didn't know. But
Yeah,
then
I
when
don't
he
think
kills
she
Chip, it's
noticed.
just straight, and like he could have easily just came back later and killed Chip. She
Right?
wouldn't have
Yeah.
known.
He can be
But
way more
yeah,
discreet about it. Like, yeah,
now
hey,
he's
honey, I gotta go. Why don't you take off? I gotta go this way in this other direction, not in the direction you're walking, and then we'll catch it later, and then go kill Chip later. You know, like how hard is that? Fuck, that's the worst attempt at trying to make your girlfriend walk a different direction than you that I've ever attempted to do in my life.
he's full snapped now. If he wasn't snapped before, because he hadn't been killing people, but he's gone
He's
full
been crazy,
crazy.
but he's gone full hog crazy. He's not
A
trying to stop it anymore. He's just done.
security cop thing shows up.
Too much naughty. He's got to correct it. Just it's too much.
A real Barney Fife character shows up
He looks kind of like
with a
Beaver, the
gun.
Beav plus like uh, Barney
Like
Fife.
his
There you
hat's
go.
not even like straight; it's cut slightly crooked.
Oh, he's such a goober. He's a goober. That's the word, really. He's a goober.
And he tells the guy he knows how to use a gun, cocks it, and Ricky just turns it on him and shoots him in the head. Now I want to point out it's the gun starts going like this, right? He starts tilting it backwards,
Right.
so it would be like this, and then he'd shoot him. But it starts tilted and it cuts, and the gun's like this.
And let me tell you, the reason why you have a problem with that is because of the angle too. Because look, he was going this direction
Yeah,
in the shot, and then the next
and that would have
scene,
worked.
you see it in the other direction. The gun's facing this direction, so
Yeah,
it's a bad cut. It's breaking the 180 rule. If he
yeah. I
had
was like,
flipped that frame, it would have looked fine. You wouldn't have noticed it because it's such a quick shot. Unless you were pausing and rewinding and looking at it over and over again, or you had seen this movie a bunch, you wouldn't have noticed that it wasn't like right. It would have been because it was such a quick shot. Because it was the wrong direction, it was jarring instead of smooth.
yeah.
Very simple mistake that people make all the fucking time, all the time.
So at this point, he's like, "Fuck it," and he just starts walking down the road. Guy comes out with a beer. What the fuck's all the noise? Boom, blows him away. Guy's putting out the trash. The old classic garbage day.
Yeah,
Boom,
the
blows him
line,
away.
all the great sequences, and he's got this great maniacal laugh the whole time.
Yeah,
Like, oh, it's
even that
great.
sounds better than what he was
Oh,
doing.
well, that's because I'm a better actor than him, but it's not
Uh,
hard to do.
a little girl on a tricycle bumps into him. He's about to shoot her, I assume, but she's like, "Sorry, mister. It's fine. You just gotta apologize." This guy, a good sorry goes a long way with this guy. Or thank you. Manners.
It's all about manners. Yeah, gotta be polite.
Use manners, and a crazy guy will not shoot you.
Don't be naughty, I think is the thing,
Okay.
right?
Probably don't use that advice in real life,
No.
because a crazy guy will probably just shoot you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Just
he
run away as fast as possible. That's the answer to that. Just run away.
shoots a random guy driving a red car that flips over and then explodes for no reason.
Explodes! Just rolls over once, lands on its wheels, and explodes in a fireball.
He does a
Fucking
little more
amazing.
laughing.
It's fucking amazing. Oh my god, I can't wait to do a vid mix of this.
I'm trying to remember what, like, after the car blows up, I thought he was like, ah. Like he was kind of sort of surprised, like, car explosion.
Oh, I didn't expect that. That was a nice bonus.
And then he gets to a roadblock, which for some reason is a roadblock, even though the guy's on foot. Guy on foot set up a roadblock.
Oh, because they don't know if he's gonna steal a car or not. You know,
I guess.
you gotta make
They're all
sure.
pointing guns. He cocks the gun. They cock their guns. Puts it on the head, and they're like, "Oh, don't do it, buddy. There's
You
a
got
lot to
so
live
much to
for."
live for. Like, what to live for? He just murdered like 10 people. He's going to go to jail. What is to live for, you dumbasses?
And click.
Oh, if you forgot the one bullet he
Couldn't
put in
shoot
the cop's
himself.
head. That's why. You
Yeah, he put
forgot
his
about
head,
that
and it
one.
was a click.
Yep. That's how he got caught. Out of
And
bullets. Out of time.
now, I'm trying to remember.
And then it's revealed. And
It
then
revealed that he killed
he's talking
guy.
about how that, and that's how they got here. And then it's revealed that in the intervening time, the guy doing the interview starts connecting the dots that the red things are what triggers him, and notices that his fucking handkerchief has red on it, so like hiding it. So that was like a kind of plan and payoff for this moment when he's dead. Because
I don't think it has anything to do with red. I think he's just crazy.
well, probably that too.
But yeah, he kills that guy and he's escaped. I like the screams in the hallway, like, "Oh no, he's loose!"
Yeah, like what the fuck?
There was like one guy in a room with him. What do you expect?
This movie was
But,
infinitely more enjoyable than the first. Just put that.
and he's loose. And of course, they always run to the good nun. I guess it's supposed to be the same nun from the first movie. And they're like,
Supposed to be.
of course, the cops are like, "We don't know what the fuck. You fucking tell us what he's gonna do." Even though it was Billy in the first one.
That is 100% a perfect description to a T. Exactly how the cops treat these people. You
And then
fucking tell me what to do. I don't know. Fuck.
And then the nun, not in these words, but the nun's probably like, "Well, there was that bitch nun that everyone hated." And they're like, "Oh my god, of course he's gonna go after her." He kills the Santa, which we don't really see, but he kills the Santa guy ringing a bell. I have to assume red because I don't know. Getting donations is not really naughty, so it kind of breaks it there. He just randomly kills, I guess, because he's just a Santa.
It's the red. It's triggered.
I guess.
Dude, the
But
guy was
also,
just putting his fucking garbage out and got shot. So he wasn't naughty.
he's wasteful though. He wasn't recycling, maybe.
Oh no, I think it's just he was triggered. He was just gone at that point. I think you're right. I think he's just crazy now.
Yeah, so he kills
Psycho
that guy.
killer.
That's
Qu'est-ce que c'est? There's your transition song. At least you know what you're putting between this one and the next one.
But now he's got a Santa suit on the first side of that, and randomly he got an axe somewhere. I don't remember where he got that.
Big rubber axe. I forgot about that. Shut up out of nowhere.
And somehow he finds out where this nun lives, the mean one in the wheelchair, who for some reason has boils all over her face.
It's not boil. She's got the Donald Pleasance Halloween 456 costume kit going on.
Yeah,
half
I guess
face.
they're gonna realize it's not the same actress. I'll put that on her.
Let's disguise it by only covering half her face with makeup.
Yeah, and she lives at 666. Ha 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 ha! Funny joke, guys.
I didn't even notice it the first time. I did not, and like watching the movie, didn't notice it. He points out, like, really? I'm like, yeah, and then the door opens and we see it again. I'm like, oh, look at that, huh? Totally, it just went right over my fucking head the first time for some reason.
Do the old classic Shining moment where he busts the door open and looks through. Although he didn't say anything.
I know.
He should have been like, ha ha ha.
I'm starting to collect clips like that of things like that. You know, like repetitive things you always see. So
And
that's one of the things I'm gonna be collecting.
now, wait, I'm thinking, how'd she get upstairs?
I don't know.
Because she fell downstairs later.
Did she go upstairs via the automatic thing, like from Gremlins?
Maybe. I don't remember if it was probably, imagine just like him coming through the door and he's like just up the stairs really slow.
I just imagine the director didn't think this part through. I think she just kept upstairs most of the time.
Yeah, someone just put it upstairs like, take that, bitch. You can't get down the stairs.
That was perfect. That was pitch perfect. Anyway,
But there's
Uh,
a long drawn out
you get
scene
to
where
sit in the corner. Ha! Sorry.
yeah, she's in a room with like a fucking cardboard door.
It's just a really cheap door. Like,
Just,
it's just one of those, like, it's a cheap door with no core insulation, so it's just
yeah.
two pieces of cheap wood. It's crap. Slightly worse than my current door.
He busts in it a little bit and he tries to open the door.
Bedroom doors are a bitch, man.
Yeah.
It's not generally a need for heavy duty doors indoors, you know, between rooms. That's why there are always these cheapo doors.
And there's like a back and forth where it's like she slams it. Oh, you almost got me. And then she locks it, which she locks it and she almost seems relieved. But he's like, he's already chopped in it.
I
So he
know.
just busted by the best way through.
He's got a fucking axe. The wood, even if it's a different door, he's got a fucking axe. Like, it's a door made of wood. You're not gonna stop him.
It's funny because then she goes through another door, which is clearly like an old school solid wood door.
You can still
Which,
chop through it. It
I
just should
know,
take him
but it
longer.
would take him a little longer.
Yeah, absolutely. You just
Nah.
hack at the handle.
She's trying to wheel away and falls down the stairs, but she's not dead. She gets up. Apparently, she gets back in her chair too.
I don't know
I don't
how.
remember
I
that.
think she teleported into her chair.
And then she gets a knife, like she's gonna fight him,
In
and
the
she starts
comments
saying,
on this video, or in the comments of the whenever you read this fucking, you send me on Twitter or whatever. Did she just teleport into her wheelchair, or did we just forget the scene where she climbs back into it? Dang, I just need to know. I'm not gonna go watch it again right now. I don't care.
and then he axes her. It cuts. We don't see it.
Of course, cheap.
Cop and the nun show up. She's sitting in a
They had no
chair at
budget,
the dining room
so.
table, and she's just sitting there. She's not saying anything. And then the nun touches her, and her head rolls off. Nun passes out.
I like to point out that this motherfucker's all like, I bet her head rolls off. Bam! Her head rolls off.
And I've seen it before, but I've forgotten almost all of it except for Garbage Day and the woman thanking him for killing her boyfriend.
And
other than that, it was all
how can you
gone.
forget the umbrella through the chest?
I sort of remember that one.
That's such a great kill, man. And at least remember the kill, maybe not the context, but that guy got killed with an umbrella. I remember that.
But yeah, so then he's in the room or something. He's got the axe. The cops shoot him multiple times, which he no sells.
Yeah, like fucking Jesus, so bad.
Then he gets the old shotgun blast to the gut that sends him out the window.
Like Iron Sheik's that shit. Like Iron Sheik gets punched, he just doesn't give a fuck. You know what? He's like, you're a jabroni. He doesn't give a shit. So he's gonna no sell your gunshots. Yeah, whatever.
The nun wakes up. Police tells her it's over. She rolls over and sees the nun's decapitated head. She screams, and then we see
a really great scream, by the way.
We see Ricky's eyes open, and then boom, credits.
Yep.
Now, I do want to point out the shot. He's coming down with the axe towards the top of her head, but somehow it cleanly cuts her head off. So he must have been like, yeah.
Glitch in the
like
Matrix.
a samurai sword.
Glitch in the Matrix. That's all. It's a collision detection issue.
Now, obviously, we're going to talk about the third one later, but I do want to point out that, Ricky is in it, played by Bill Moseley this time. But it starts out where he's like in a coma. So they kind of brought over that he's not dead, but it's not like he's going to jump up and start running around in the next movie.
Oh, that's good. That's good. God, I was going to ask a question. The question has eluded me.
Again.
I'm on medication for the hip pain, so it's making me forgetful. The pain pills make me very forgetful and muddy sometimes. So I apologize. It was related. Oh, right. Why don't you, what are the comparisons to, say, Freaky Farley? Why don't you tell? Like, how's that compare? I know we did that previously in another episode, but we finally found the intersection of these two things. So
Mostly just the way the movie's plotted out. And Freaky Farley, he's talking to a woman. She's recording it. He's telling her about stuff that has happened with the girl and people dying, and then he killed the dad, people playing football, and then he escapes and he kills the girl. That was, he didn't kill the first one. There's also the kid playing with a toy, and he hands it to him instead of killing him.
if like possible, you should move that stuff right and talk about it here after your part, and then chop out this part where I told you to do that.
But yeah, it's basically the framing. But he also says recruitment day.
Oh, that's right.
Air Force Ricky.
That's right. That's when we started going. When I was like, "Oh, that's really cool." I know the reference. I've never seen it in the movie, but I've seen that scene. Like, how do you not see that scene, right? But yeah. I mean, it's kind of nice to see that it's basically a remake of the movie structure. Yeah. But like I said, that one.
A couple nodded scenes in it.
It had the bonus of not actually having a previous film to rip off.
Yeah, they should have made the previous film, but not released it and then cut it into the.
Maybe they did. Maybe that's like no.
They called it Freaky Farley 2. There's no first one out.
God. Well, they did that. They did that before. That's Executioner Part 2. That exists. We're gonna watch that at some point. That was sent in from. I don't know who did it. Maybe it was Vezius? Maybe in Vezius, maybe in Loudsburg. Someone sent it to me and for the show. Because I wanted to get the Blu-ray, but the Blu-ray is like an $80 Blu-ray, and I don't want to pay $80 for the Executioner because it's not a very good movie.
Wasn't there a movie like Ghost Shark 2 and there was never a first one, and then Sci-Fi made Ghost Shark and completely ruined the joke?
I don't know, but like so the
Executioner, something like that.
The Executioner has a Part 2, and there's Surf 2, obviously another one that's a sequel with no first movie, and there's Thanksgiving 1 and 3 with no 2, and that's the joke. It's a movie sequel. It's a movie series so bad it skipped its own sequel. Those are gonna be covered in this podcast at some point too. We got sent in a signed copy to give away at some point also. Probably do it for that episode.
So what do you think of Silent Night Tonight Part 2?
Like I said earlier, you can just edit that in, or I'll just say it right here. Just in case you can't. I think it's better than the first movie in that it has all the best parts of the first movie with none of the boring shit, and so you can just watch this movie and get literally one end to the other end, all good stuff. It's basically good stuff, the movie. Because there's nothing boring about it if you just watch this one. As long as you don't watch the other one ever again. You don't need to. Just put it away.
It's terrible, but it's entertaining.
Hilariously terrible.
I really wish there wouldn't have been the recut the first movie in it.
Me also. If
they could have done more. Even if it was just an extra 45 minutes of him walking down the street shooting people, I would watch it.
God, Jesus, him just recounting all the people he just randomly walked around shooting.
And laughing. Ha ha ha.
And then I shot this guy, ha ha ha. And this guy, ha 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 ha. And this guy, ha 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 ha. Etc. Ad nauseum.
It's like a slasher, and then randomly he's just shooting people. Fuck it. That should be the tagline. Silent Night Part 2. Fuck it.
I actually really enjoyed this flick. Like I said, I think I would have enjoyed it a little bit more had I not seen number 1 so close to it, Like from now on, I'll probably just watch number 2. There's no point.
I still think number 1's way better.
Yeah. As a better film, yes. 100% agree with that. But like I said, this is like insanity with it's just the best parts cut. That's it. It's just here's 2 movies worth of awesome things. Here you go. It's the put it on while you're like decorating the Christmas tree type movie, That's the perfect way to describe it.
There wasn't actually much Christmas in it if you really think about it.
Yeah, but it's fucking holiday movie.
You put on a Santa suit. That's it.
What did I rate the first movie? 3 stars. I'll rate the 3 stars also.
I think The Nun had a Christmas tree, but that's it.
I think it's 3 stars for different reasons though. It's a
Yeah, I'd
different
give it a
kind of
3.
entertaining, you know. Cool.
Now I will say, from what I remember, it's all downhill from here.
Oh yeah. I watched Retro Horror. He did all 5 movies like 4 days ago. I just watched his videos yesterday, I think. I've been catching up on my videos. But he talked about that. Like, oh yeah, they go downhill real quick. 4, 5, and 6 are just, or 4 and 5, I mean, are really bad, and 3 is apparently barely watchable. So hey, that'll be fun. 3 weeks of crap upcoming, guys. So yeah, that's this set here. I don't know if it's even in print anymore.
I don't have it in hand's reach, but I do own it.
But yeah, actually, I have it right here. This is just a slipcover.
I know. Mine's still on the shelf, I think. Next to Shredder.
Oh, I don't.
Brah.
I actually don't have to rip them then.
No. I need the other one. We're gonna double
We're
feature
double
it with.
billing Christmas Evil next week. Which that just blurs out horribly on my other camera. There we go. Christmas Evil.
The cover's great. It's probably not gonna represent the movie at all, but
Currently out of print from Vinegar Syndrome on Blu-ray. This is a lovely DVD. It's still in print from Synapse. So, yep, I picked that up. And then in a few weeks, we don't know when, but we'd like to do more double bills before the season's over and don't open until Christmas for those people who like to get ahead of us and buy the movies and get them ready. And if anyone else wants to buy a bunch of movies to get them all ready, there's a on my Instagram, there's a photo with the watch list. On the right, on the left side is my personal watch list, stuff I need to watch, and then the right side is the stuff I want to pick for Psychotronic Coast to Coast, because I have such a bad memory and I have so many different movies I want to pick. Having them right here to look at is really useful. So, yeah. Go ahead. You can go take a look at a sneak peek at all the different things we're going to end up watching at some point. All these movies. My goal is to not put any more movies on this pile until there's like 5 or less titles in this stack.
although I think we do need more skiing and snowboarding killer movies.
Yes, it's currently only delayed because of storage problems. It's really frustrating. You have no idea. You have no idea. None.
Clueless over here.
Totally clueless. You've never been frustrated with anything in your life, ever. Clearly.
I wouldn't go that far.
Obviously. So yeah, that's that. Do we have anything else to add? Because we're kind of just rambling now.
Nope.
All right.
If for some reason you haven't seen it, just go watch it.
Yeah, man,
Part 2.
Garbage Day is worth it just worth it. Trust me.
And if you don't want to watch all of it, just watch Garbage Day on YouTube. That clip's been on there for years.
Or just jump to 48 minutes in and go for the fun parts. All the funny, goofy, crazy shit happens. Because you got to see the guy get run over in the car, and you got to see the guy get shot, and the other guy get shot. Okay, maybe you don't need to see all of it, but you got to see the car burning sequence, and the umbrella sequence, and the Garbage Day sequence. For sure.
Go thank a murderer today.
Oh, don't do that. All right, thanks for and we'll see you next. Well, thanks for joining us here on YouTube, and we'll see you guys after the break for the podcast.